When shall we three meet again in thunder like roaring rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun. Where the place upon the heath,
where we will meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin, and it calls.
A nun,
Fair is foul,
and foul is fair.
Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that?
This is a sergeant. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, that thou didst leave it.
For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution. Like valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, with ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseated him from the nave to the chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentlemen.
Mark, King of Scotland, mark. No sooner justice had our valor armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed, not this. Our captains Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hare of the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were, as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe. But I am faint, my gaseous cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack our honor both.
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Which camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, Norway himself with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude the victory fell on us.
Great happiness.
That now, we know that Norway's king craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men, till he disbursed at St. Combs Inch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive. Our bosom interest, go pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, aroint thee, which the rump-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger. But in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind, thou art kind.
And I another.
I myself have all the other, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. At the shipman's card I will drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day. Hang upon his penthouse lid, he shall live, a man forbid. Wearisome nights, 9 times 9, shall he dwindle peak and pine. Through his bark he cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have. Show me, show me! Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward to come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come!
The weird sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine,
And thrice to mine.
And thrice again
to make up 9. Peace! The charms wound up!
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
What are these so withered and so wild in their attire? They look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you, or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me. By each at once, her chappy fingers playing upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your bids forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis! All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor!
All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound fair? I, the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner, you greet with presence, grace, and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems wrath withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into these seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak thee then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail! Lesser than Macbeth and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth all hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death, I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you. Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed!
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might ye enkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truth, win us with honest trifles to betrays and deepest consequence.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose horrid image doth infix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in sunrise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partners rap.
If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
New horrors come upon him, like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king think upon what hath chanced, and at more time the interim have waited. Let us speak our free hearts each to each other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come forth.
Okay, stop. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurlies burly.
I'm sorry. I missed on Hurley. Okay.
What should we do? Maybe we say it before we actually do it.
Okay.
And munched and munched and munched.
What bloody man is that?
not even supposed to be up here yet. I said when after I'm done talking to you.
Pretty good. People gonna be like, why is there salt on the floor?
Focus on it. Oh, you can zoom in some more.
I'm gonna bring him in. So we'll be.
Okay. I'm Jocelyn Jackson, and today I will be talking about Macbeth's intent on our scene, which is Act 1, Scene 1 through 3. So overall, the importance of our scenes is really impacted by the witches because, as we see, throughout these first scenes are really important because we see how the witches are setting up Macbeth for his fate in the future scenes. They don't directly say that, but through our lines we see that. We really want to make sure that the audience knows that we are one big unit and that we work together to make this fate real on Macbeth. We kind of piggyback off each other on our lines. As you can see, we never really finish a statement, and it's kind of powerful once we all say some piece of it. So I think that overall we have one common goal, which is working towards this fate for Macbeth. That's really important throughout this scene, and that we will get this done one way or another. This thing that overall we're trying to do is disorder in our universe. We also have a lot of chaos, disorder in the universe, and good versus evil because we have the witches, we have Macbeth, who is not so good, and we have Banquo, who in the end we see that, but he doesn't get a lot of recognition in that sense. We want to really characterize our characters to really show who they are, like Macbeth. We just want to show confident movement in how he acts, and we just want to show that Banquo's really humble, even though they have the same, they could be very put in the same way, but Banquo acts very different than Macbeth, even though they are two brave soldiers. We want to show that high status of Duncan. He is high status. We want people to move around him, and with the witches, they move together. They want to symbolize unity, and then there's like wicked gestures, and we want them to move swiftly, like spirit-like. And
hello, audience. My name is Janae Giles. I am the editor of this wonderful video, Macbeth Hardaway Edition. So I believe that Shakespeare's purpose was to mainly show good versus evil, which results in chaos, and we see this with the scenes that we've chosen because we decided to do Act 1, Scene 1 through Act 1, Scene 3 because these are kind of the most, well, they set the standard of the play. If you weren't able to see anything else in the play, you still would get part of Shakespeare's purpose, which is good versus evil, because you start off Act 1 with something evil, some evil forces, some powerful forces who look like they're out for destruction. Then you shift from that to some powerful, brave men doing something good and correct. And it's just like, obviously Shakespeare is saying something about good versus evil, and we see that through these scenes. Then also, how we see a good versus evil with one of our choices was our costume. So my character was Banquo, and Austin Heller's character was Macbeth. In Macbeth, we had him wearing something red, which is also symbolizing like blood, something deadly. And I had white because I was pure. I am the true brave character. I don't have any evil in me. And we see that this good versus evil, I'm good being Banquo, Macbeth being evil, but yet evil is rising to the top, and good is not necessarily getting promoted. So that's also a way that we showed it. Be blessed.
Hello all, my name is Leia, and I was one of the directors for our Macbeth project for Act 1, Scene 1 through 3. So one of the many themes that Shakespeare focuses on in these three scenes is disorder in the universe. And so he does this by having scenes that focus a lot on the witches. And the witches are evil characters, and they have a lot of different layers and elements to them. So in order to highlight this, we had them wearing all black, and we tried to make the clothing as loose-fitting as possible to show their spirit-like nature and their difference to Macbeth and Banquo to kind of contrast that. So no other character is wearing all black. We also had a lot of elements of music
that you heard throughout the entirety of the show, and that also foreshadows that disorder in the universe will occur, and that things are happening underneath Banquo and Macbeth's noses without them being aware of it. Another thing that we chose to do to highlight the witches' difference in contrast to Banquo and Macbeth is having their scene when they are only by themselves being in a dark setting as opposed to Macbeth, and Banquo being in a well-lit setting. And the reason that the witches were also in that well-lit setting in scene 2 is because they were kind of supposed to be appearing as if they are on the same level as Macbeth and Banquo to kind of convince them to trust them in a way. And another element of disorder in the universe would be how Banquo and Macbeth disagree about the witch's intents. So pretty much Shakespeare uses disorder in the universe in these 3 scenes to highlight the contrast between Banquo and Macbeth's characters with the witches.
Hi, I'm Austin, and I think that Shakespeare's purpose for Act 1, scenes 1 through 3 is to create conflict in the audience. So obviously in scene 1 we see the witches and they're talking about Macbeth and they're acting all wicked, and it kind of sets the tone as like Macbeth evil. But then we see scene 2 and they're really lifting him up and talking about how good Macbeth is. And so it kind of creates conflict in the audience because is he good or is he bad? So one of my director choices was to wear a gray suit in scene 3 to highlight that he's not really either evil like black or really pure and good or as white. So kind of gray is kind of in the middle. And then red obviously is ambition because he's ambitious and he gets the thing of Cawdor, and he gets told that he may be king later on, which he is. But these scenes kind of set up the play and and kind of put everything into motion. And so Banquo obviously is white and pure, and Macbeth is kind of a gray area, and the two of them kind of complement each other in scene 3. And yeah, basically that's my director choices. Thanks.